In the skies over Europe during World War II, a single aircraft changed the course of the air war. Its silhouette became a symbol of hope for bomber crews and a nightmare for enemy pilots. With unmatched range, speed, and firepower, the North American P-51 Mustang became one of the most iconic fighters in history. But what made the Mustang so revolutionary, and how did it earn its legendary reputation? The North American P-51 Mustang was a single-seat, long-range fighter developed by North American Aviation for the United States and Allied Air Forces during World War II. Designed as a response to an urgent British request, the Mustang quickly evolved from an experimental project into a war-winning machine. Its primary mission was to escort Allied bombers deep into enemy territory, but its versatility allowed it to excel in air superiority and ground attack roles as well. The P-51's combination of speed, agility, and endurance made it a formidable opponent across multiple theaters of war. The story of the Mustang began in early 1940, when Britain's Royal Air Force approached North American Aviation with a request to build P-40 Warhawks under license. Instead, North American proposed designing a completely new fighter, promising a prototype in just 120 days. The result was the NA-73X, which first flew on October 26, 1940. Early Mustangs, powered by Allison V1710 engines, showed promise at low altitudes but struggled at higher elevations. The breakthrough came when British engineers fitted the airframe with the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This transformation unlocked the Mustang's high-altitude potential, resulting in the P-51B and later the definitive P-51D variant. The United States Army Air Forces quickly adopted the improved design, and mass production ramped up as the Allies recognized its strategic value. By 1942, the Mustang was entering service, and by 1944, it was flying deep escort missions over Nazi-occupied Europe. The P-51 Mustang was an all-metal, low-wing monoplane with a streamlined fuselage and a distinctive bubble canopy on later variants. Its structure was designed for strength and aerodynamic efficiency, enabling high speeds and long range. The heart of the most successful Mustangs was the Packard-built Rolls-Royce Merlin V1650 engine, a liquid-cooled V12 that delivered over 1,400 horsepower. This engine, coupled with the Mustang's laminar flow wing, allowed speeds exceeding 440 miles per hour and a range of up to 1,650 miles with external fuel tanks. The aircraft's wingspan measured 37 feet, and its overall length was just over 32 feet. The Mustang's cockpit was equipped with advanced instrumentation for navigation, targeting, and communication, making it suitable for extended missions deep behind enemy lines. Its robust landing gear and rugged construction allowed it to operate from rough airstrips across Europe and the Pacific. The Mustang's primary armament consisted of 6.50 caliber Browning M2 machine guns, 3 mounted in each wing. This firepower proved effective against both enemy fighters and ground targets. Later models could carry up to 2,000 pounds of bombs or rockets, enabling the Mustang to perform ground attack and close air support missions. The aircraft's advanced gunsight and reflector sight improved pilot accuracy in combat. The P-51's performance at high altitude, thanks to the Merlin engine, allowed it to intercept enemy aircraft at the cruising altitudes of Allied bombers. Its long range, made possible by drop tanks, enabled it to escort bombers all the way to Berlin and back, a feat unmatched by earlier Allied fighters. The Mustang's agility and speed made it a formidable dogfighter, while its durability allowed it to absorb damage and return home. The P-51 Mustang's combat debut came with the Royal Air Force in 1942, initially in tactical reconnaissance and ground attack roles. Its true impact, however, was felt when the Merlin-powered variants entered service with the U.S. 8th Air Force. From 1944 onward, Mustangs escorted American B-17 and B-24 bombers on daylight raids deep into Germany, dramatically reducing bomber losses and shifting the balance of air power. The Mustang's presence forced the Luftwaffe onto the defensive and contributed to Allied air superiority over Europe. The aircraft also served in the Mediterranean and Pacific theaters, supporting ground forces and engaging enemy fighters. After World War II, the Mustang continued service in various air forces worldwide. During the Korean War, it was used primarily in ground attack and close air support roles, proving effective even in the early jet age. The P-51 remained in frontline service with some nations into the 1950s before being retired as jet fighters became dominant. The Mustang's greatest strength was its exceptional range. With drop tanks, it could accompany bombers on missions of over 1,500 miles, providing vital protection all the way to and from target areas. Its high speed and efficient aerodynamics allowed it to outpace many adversaries, while its powerful armament made it lethal in both air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. The Mustang's adaptability enabled it to excel in multiple roles, from escort and interception to ground attack and reconnaissance. Its robust construction and reliable systems made it a favorite among pilots, who praised its handling and survivability. The combination of these qualities made the P-51 one of the most effective and influential fighters of its era. Despite its many strengths, the Mustang was not without flaws. Early Allison-powered versions lacked high-altitude performance, limiting their effectiveness until the Merlin engine was introduced. The liquid-cooled engine, while powerful, was vulnerable to battle damage. A single bullet could rupture coolant lines and force a pilot to bail out. Compared to later jet fighters, the Mustang's piston engine and propeller-driven design became obsolete as technology advanced. Additionally, the aircraft required skilled maintenance and careful handling, especially on long-range missions. By the early 1950s, the rapid development of jet aircraft rendered the Mustang outdated for frontline combat, leading to its retirement from major air forces. For historical context, the North American P-51 Mustang should be read as a product of a specific requirement, not as an isolated machine. It was built by North American Aviation for United States, with the intended role of long-range escort fighter and fighter bomber. Its first flight is recorded as October 26, 1940, and its service entry is recorded as 1942 with Allied Air Forces. Those dates matter because they place the aircraft inside the technology, doctrine, budget pressure, and threat assumptions of its era. The technical story also depends on how the airframe connected structure, propulsion, systems, and crew workload. Key recorded details include crew, one pilot, engine, Packard-built Rolls-Royce Merlin on key variants, structure, all-metal low-wing monoplane, weapons, 6.50 caliber machine guns plus bombs or rockets on later missions, mission, long-range bomber escort, air superiority, and ground attack. In practical terms, an aircraft is never just an engine or a wing. Range, speed, radar, sensors, targeting equipment, weapons, avionics, fuel capacity, maintenance access, and mission planning all decide whether the design can do useful work repeatedly. The operational record of the North American P-51 Mustang is tied to World War II, Korean War and ground attack roles. Those examples show how the aircraft performed away from brochures and test figures. Combat service, patrol work, reconnaissance, training, deterrence, and deployment tempo all reveal different truths. A design that looks strong on paper still depends on crews, spare parts, weather, basing, intelligence, rules of engagement, and the ability to return for another sortie. The main strength of the North American P-51 Mustang was long-range transformed bomber escort operations, high speed and efficient aerodynamics, strong all-around fighter performance. That strength did not mean perfection. It meant the aircraft gave commanders a useful answer to a real problem. The best way to judge it is to ask what mission it made easier, what earlier limitation it solved, and whether operators kept trusting it after the first years of service. The main weakness and limitation of the North American P-51 Mustang was early Allison-powered versions lacked high-altitude performance, vulnerable liquid-cooled engine, superseded by jet fighters after the war. Its later status is best summarized as retired from frontline military use as jets replaced piston fighters. Every military aircraft eventually needs newer sensors, newer missiles, changed budgets, aging structures, and different doctrine. That is why the final verdict has to balance reputation against evidence, what the aircraft promised, what it actually delivered, and what it cost to keep useful. The North American P-51 Mustang stands as a symbol of innovation, determination, and Allied air power. Its impact on the outcome of World War II cannot be overstated, and its design influenced generations of aircraft that followed. Today, surviving Mustangs are treasured by collectors and flown at airshows, preserving their legacy for future generations. The Mustang's story is a testament to the power of engineering and the bravery of those who flew it. For more in-depth looks at the world's most significant aircraft, Subscribe and join us as we continue to explore the history of military aviation.